From Pleb Lab in Austin, Texas, this is Stacker News Live!
Hello, it's Joe. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Stacker News Live. Territorial Pissings is what I wanted to name this episode, but I didn't. I was like, that's just not right. How's your week?
Term?
Yeah, it's a Nirvana song. It's like a really good Nirvana song called Territorial Pissings.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that. Nirvana
Stackers,
song.
that's your homework this weekend. How was your week? Big week for you. Big week.
According to you, it was a very big week for me. According to me, it was a normal week.
That's good. You're staying humble.
Well, it was pretty normal. People made a big, people finally saw our roadmap, I think is what they got a glimpse at it. And maybe even though I had been talking about this for a long time, I guess it finally made sense to people.
Yeah.
Now that it's live. And so it's a big week for everyone who was surprised by this.
Yeah. I like, obviously, everybody's been heads down building through this whole bear market inside the lab. And I think, with Austin launching his pleb devs, and then you have like you launching. Oh, is it leaking?
Parser, but
you got a second. Yeah, I'm drinking the Topo because had so much wine this
it's the
week.
bull market. We import our water.
No, what I'm saying is so all the stuff that's just everybody's been on fire in the lab lately. And I think it's just this leveling up that we're doing with each other. And then when you drop the territories on Tuesday, it was just like we were all high-fiving each other because I couldn't believe, I was just like, it took me a second to actually really take it in and then realize the implications. And then after we talked about it for a little bit amongst everybody, I was like, okay, cool, let's get back to work. But I think when you do something like that, you should take a moment to recognize how important of a milestone that is. Just me personally. I do that with my own personal stuff.
The idea was the milestone for me. So that's the way when I started thinking about it, and I've every breakthrough that I've had in terms of the idea, I celebrate that, but I don't know. I got too much stuff, it's so incomplete right now. Anyway, how was your week?
It was good. I think we'll go ahead and I guess jump into the top 5, but we're going to circle back to the stackers so you guys can can check it out and stuff. So I think I have a lot of questions just personally, but if you have any questions, definitely put it in the comments and then we'll read it, after the top 5. All right. Sorry. I had to retweet all that stuff. And yes, Darth, it is on Zapstream if you really wanted.
Did we do it? Yay.
Yeah, it's on there. I don't know if it's working because that's on Zapstream now. So I'll start adding the rest of everything else. And anyway,
we're using Nostr now.
Yeah. I think that's just where everybody's at now. It's not even a...
Look, everyone, you can see Car zapped his own story.
The top 5 stories of the week. If you're ever checking out this show, we cover the top 5 stories of the week here on Stacker News. It's front page of Bitcoin. Voted by you, the stackers. I'm a stacker, I'm a stacker.
Yeah.
So why can't I vote my own stuff up, Keyan? This is what you built into the thing. I mean...
Well, there's no way for me to prevent you from doing it.
Yeah,
except to charge you money.
I think it was a quality post, and that's why I voted
for yourself. You're like
well, it's not even myself. It's Pleb Labs. That's not mine. That's not my account.
You are Pleb Labs.
Nope, I'm not.
I mean, it's like me zapping for a Stacker News post. That's basically what this is like.
I don't know, man. When you take on that fiduciary duty, it doesn't feel like yours. I'm just saying, I don't know how you feel.
Fiduciary duty? What does that even...
It's for another pod. Okay, the top 5 stories of the week. We get into the first top story of the week is going to be find your co-founder / building partner on Stacker News. This is from Pleb Lab. 46 comments, 50K boost, 40,000 sats. Keyan, what is this?
Well, this isn't my story. This is yours, so you should talk about it.
Why do I have to talk about it? This is how the thing
you
rolls.
wrote it. I would repeat. It'd be like a game of telephone, or I would mangle your idea. So what is this
okay,
about?
I guess I'll do it. This one is kind of cool. So I think for the longest time, I feel like there's just not an online place where people can collaborate the same way they can here at Pleb Lab, if that makes any sense. And I think there's stuff that's being built right now. I think there's cool projects like Bolt.fun that help with this. But I think like the majority of like, like the hardcore developers and builders are on Stacker News. And I think it would be a good idea to like challenge this. This is an idea I got from Brian. And so Brian gave me this idea. I was like, this is a great idea. Let's just like change a couple things. And I think we'll see what happens. And sure enough, like literally like everybody jumped in with a project they were working on. Even me, I need help. And somebody came up to the meetup last night and told me, hey, I want to write for you. I was like, cool. So it's already working. So this is where I think if like, I'm going to try to do these like maybe once a month, you think? Once a month. And then at that point we can kind of see, and I think it's really cool. Even the stackers liked it. Everybody's saying great initiative. Boom, great news. Do it. My ideas or Darth had some stuff. Wonderful Stacker News evolving. I think, yeah, dude, I think this is a really cool place and we've got a really good community and a lot of builders look at it. I look at Stacker News every day before I go to sleep. It's like,
are you a builder?
Yeah, I think I help builders.
You're a builder.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. What do you think of it?
I thought it was good. I actually hate co-founder matchmaking. So the part where that is part of this, I don't like that. So like the find your co-founder building partner on Stacker News. It's a terrible way to find a co-founder building partner. Because co-founder, it's like, it's almost like if you use a dating app to get married. And like if you swiped right, you get married to someone. It's kind of what finding a co-founder is like. In that short a time span, you like really need to you need to go through a long dating phase.
Yeah, for sure.
So maybe maybe I think finding a building partner makes sense if you're maybe for you said a traditional method like a hackathon. That a lot of people find building partners during then, but it takes a long time. Otherwise, I think it's it's cool to hear some of the things that people are working on. I think we had 0xB10C describe more of the things that they're working on, which I wouldn't have really known.
Yeah,
otherwise,
it's kind of cool. They all came out and like shared, and that's what I hope was going to happen. The reason I put the co-founder part in there is like, I don't think we should shy away from being founders or co-founders and like wanting to have aspirations of building a Bitcoin business. I personally believe that. I think they're really going to fight us on the fiat side when it comes to this Bitcoin stuff. And I think they're not going to build it the right way. We see projects like that come out of Plub Lab that have done tremendously well with getting out that messaging. And I think we just need thousands of more Bitcoin companies out there, like building really real sustainable businesses that we know are required in this like Bitcoin standard that we're all moving in. But that's just me. And then that's what I think. But I don't know.
Cool. I mean, I think it's great. To hear, I mean, so many people came out that I didn't realize what they were building. Like people who had been on Stacker News for a while, just started describing the things they were working on. I'm like, oh wow, you're working on that. That's cool. Why didn't I know that? They weren't writing about it otherwise. And so you like kind of, rubbed the bottle and the genius came out.
Yeah, it's really cool. I think we're going to be doing a big announcement here in the next couple of weeks, and be on the lookout for that. We'll share it here on Stacker News Live, and I'll share it on Stacker News. And yeah, I think it's the bull run, man. Let's just go out there and really like make some change. The next top story is Lightning Prediction Market MVP. This is from Ezekias. 38 comments, 33,000 sats. December 4th Bitcoin post. Keyan, what is this?
Well, Ezekias has been hard at work on a prediction market. He's really into prediction markets.
Nice.
Which are like, you place bets. And so people have like incentives such that they're going to bet properly. They're going to bet on the thing that they actually think wins. And prediction markets actually end up being pretty good at predicting things. So they're like very useful. They're very like practical, like game. And so he built delphi market, which I think is I think it describes the variety of prediction market that he is building. There are a bunch of different ways to do them. I don't have MutinyNet sats, so I haven't actually given it a try.
You haven't tried Mutiny yet?
No, I've tried Mutiny. I've tried Mutiny, but
just not their Mutiny.
I haven't tried MutinyNet, which is like testnet. Well, yeah, more like
it's a faster block, right?
Signet, yeah, with more reliable block times. Yeah, I need to go. I need to go and actually try it. I just haven't. It's been like dead this week, so it looks really cool. I know Ezekias worked really hard on it.
I love how it looks, man.
He like disappeared for a week.
You can, yeah, I love
and then
that.
he showed up with a whole
This
application.
looks kind of cool, man.
Yeah, it's really fun.
It has a very interesting.
The vibe is great.
Yeah, the vibe is really great. Great job, man.
Yeah.
What the snackers say. Very cool. Market settlement is going to be a very interesting problem to solve in future versions. This is from Gunson. We got Tony says the terminology really confuses me. I match someone's order, but to be honest, I'm not really sure what side I've taken or how to understand the "how sure are you" number and how it changes. So it looks like there's some feedback there. We got yeah, and then Zika says there, thanks for the feedback. Cool. Natalia sharing tips on testing. Use any Lightning wallet to log in first. Yeah, it seems like snackers are maybe on board with this. We'll see. Cool, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
Yeah. I love I don't know, and the other thing is like I feel like a total noob when it comes to prediction markets. I want to like learn more about it so I could give proper feedback, but I don't actually don't know the structure of them. It's actually a fairly complicated game to get it right. So congratulations to Axios.
Yeah, congrats on that. The next top story is Stacker News Privacy Directory V1-Q4 2023. This is from David W. 25 comments, 30,000 sats, December 7th privacy post. Keyan, what is this?
Oh, this is awesome. So David W., who also wrote the post about Uruguay, also basically compiled all the privacy-oriented posts that have occurred on Stacker News over the course of its life into a single like mega post. And so it shares several articles and links and discussions around privacy philosophy, big tech and government, more comprehensive guides and links. Just I don't know, like a whole, like an index kind of a bunch of great privacy oriented things that have happened on Stacker News that I think, most people would probably miss. And I think there are a number of stackers, some of the more information, mapping oriented information philosophy type people like David W., who are really interested in how we can make content more evergreen and content can resurface more frequently. And I suspect, this is like an attempt by David W. to help give more visibility to this work that's been done in the past. So golf clap from Car. Wow. That's when
it's good, man.
That's when he wants you to know he appreciates it.
Yeah, this is really good. Love to see it. Yeah, definitely zap him.
I wonder if that's actually David W. Or is that like a meme? Or is that David W.?
Oh, the person that's in the photo? I don't know. Looks like him. Looks like a real person.
Looks familiar to me.
Yeah. Cool. The next top story is multiplication in Bitvm. This is from a Mr. Super Tiasniat. 16 comments, 6,952 cents, baby. It's a Bitcoin post. Keyan, what did Super do again?
Well, he built, I think what he did was he built like an 8-bit CPU-ish thing in Bitvm. And now you can write an assembly in like an assembly-like language. I don't know if it's like a standard assembly language. Some of these are not super familiar to me, but you can write programs in an assembly language using his 8-bit computer. And in this case, someone took Super's 8-bit computer and wrote a multiplication function in assembly. And so all of that like text on the side with like the 3 letters and then the numbers, that's an implementation of multiplication. That will be executed. And frequently when people write computers today, they're not writing in assembly. As early or as recent as 10, 20 years ago, it's actually quite common to see computers or programs written in assembly. Right now we write at much more like human natural language level, and the computer will write it in this like more kind of basic language where you say it's like sub, stat, and those are like actual commands that are being issued on the CPU, I think, or converted into bits.
This is like magic to me.
Yeah,
That's how far ahead this is, in my opinion. I'm left side of the bell curve, as y'all know, but this looks like magic to me, man.
Magic.
Win Doom, Super. That's what I want to know. Win Doom, or at least Tetris.
I think we're too far away. They were talking about Pong in the comments.
Yeah, I would say like get something like that, then you'll get there. That's where that would be my advice to you, Super. Is
But
let's get Pong first, and then we'll figure out Doom.
How would that even work? What I'm more interested in than some of these examples is like how does the on-chain interaction go? Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like if I wanted to play Pong on chain,
yeah,
would most of the game be played off chain, and then it's only in a case of a dispute where I feel like it didn't actually move the ball where it was supposed to go, I then go on chain. How does that like?
I don't know. Super. Let us know in the comments. We got Super Test that says, also notice how the program counter counts to 10 and then jumps back to 2. That's called a GAMP command, or sometimes a loop, but I thought Bitcoin doesn't have loops. Well, see you life finds a way. We literally saw Jurassic Park before you left. That's funny.
Oh,
life
cool.
does find a way.
Such
Super
a
Test.
good movie.
Hey, Super, I just want you to know we miss you, love you, be careful. Can't wait to have you back in March. So, what is this, dude?
I haven't even noticed you were gone.
Damn. Are you still mad from the infinity thing? Calm down.
There are an infinity of supers in the world.
Super Testnet, everybody has gotten slightly more arrogant during this next bull run, Super. We need you back to keep us humble again. So, anyways. Really cool. That was a joke. The next top story is what's really scarce in BTC. This is from Elvis Mercury, 31 comments, 13,000 sats, December 3rd. Bitcoin post, baby.
Yeah, this is a continuation of the Broken Money Book Club, part 5. We did another one for part 5 last week. This is another part from part 5 and a related question related to that part 5 of the book. Here Elvis Mercury asks us what is actually scarce in Bitcoin. We all know like 21 million Bitcoin only, but what does that actually mean? What does that actually, and Elvis Mercury would say, what is that like grounded in? Like where does that scarcity actually originate?
Yeah.
And Elvis Mercury argues that it's like the social commitment. It's the people agreeing that it should be 21 million and running the software and all that. That's actually what the scarcity is like that. This network of people committed to certain rules. And so he starts a discussion around that.
Yeah, we have Antec with the top comment. Says, I think a good way of countering the argument that Bitcoin can be forked or copied is to compare it to Facebook. Anyone can launch a copy of social network or a newer, better version of it, but that doesn't copy the network of users that are on Facebook. Rather than the existence or potential of a new social networks, making Facebook worthless. It makes Facebook worth more every time they in. Yeah. Really cool. Siggy47 jumped in, says, I'm having trouble understanding the distinction between network effect and your collective commitment term. Maybe I'm not understanding collective commitment. What does he mean? For example, the BCH example. What does that mean, collective commitment?
It's a commitment that several people make.
Oh, okay.
At the same time.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Roughly.
Cool. Awesome. And this is going to be the final top story. Is it Kilian?
Is that the final one? We went through them so fast. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it Kilian or Kilian?
I would say Kilian.
I'm Kilian, co-founder of Boltz AMA. This is from Boltz, December 5th. Bitcoin post, 82 comments. 82 comments? Wow. 25K sats, baby. Love to see it.
People are really excited about this AMA because a lot of people use Boltz and they had a lot of questions about.
Yeah, I'm hearing more and more chatter on it.
Yeah, I mean.
What is it again, Keyan? Is it like the tap thing or?
No, Boltz is a swap service. So, yeah.
Which is the Boltz? Wasn't there like a Boltz card or something?
There's a Bolt card.
Oh, a Bolt card. That's not the same.
Oh, different. Man. Yeah. Yeah, this is it's a swap service. It's been around for a while, at least as long as Stacker News has been around. Since 2019, actually.
Oh, this is sooner.
Yeah. So these guys are very popular. You've probably been hearing more about them recently because people have been trying to they've been moving funds onto Lightning because of the fees.
Yeah.
And so you become kind of dependent on these swap services in many cases if you already have channels open, especially. So yeah, people had a lot of questions, and they're really nice. They're non-custodial, and they describe kind of the way it works in the.
And it's using Liquid. Or
they also have a liquid swap where you can go from Liquid to Lightning.
I have to check this out later.
Which is nice in the case where Bitcoin has really high fees.
Is this what this is right here?
Yeah, they go through in detail how it works there.
Oh, that makes sense. Interesting. Yeah. Cool. All right. That's all the top 5 stories of the week, stackers. We're going to jump into meta. First meta is territories. Dude, can you explain this since this is your post? Can you explain what is that? See how it feels? Shoe on the other foot, Keyan. You see how that works?
Turned.
Tables have turned.
Well, I already explained. I mean,
no. Explain like how does it work? So basically, we have all these territories. Why did you use the word territories? Basically,
because I felt like it was what I like to do is find the idea that, or the term for the thing that most closely matches what I'm trying to build, and then reuse it. Gotcha. And in this case, territories is like the appropriate word for what I intend. And the result, we debated a lot about the word because it is a long word and it's got a lot of characters in it to write, but it has maybe it best represents what I intend it to, and it's like the most generic term for what I intend it to. Because like when I think of territory, I think of something with borders. But I don't know exactly what's inside the borders.
Yeah, it's very Bitcoinery too. It's like very self-sovereign kind of ethos there by calling it a territory instead of like calling it like, a sub or something, which is like total.
What does that even mean? Yeah,
exactly. It's so fiat, bro.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool. Hey, Jenna, we got pushed back because the stackers don't want to hear about it. Never mind. Yeah. So all these they can't see the subs up there, unfortunately, because it's not showing on my screen. But dude, how many came overnight? It was like literally 50, 20, no, 24. It was 24, wasn't it?
Overnight, I don't remember. Right now, I think we have something like 34. So in the last couple days, I think I launched this on Tuesday. In the last couple days,
it's really cool, dude.
34.
It's really cool. And the first thing I bought was the builders ones. I was like, definitely want to. This is where I'm focused on. Is like, how do we get more content in there and help them out? Like, so it's kind of cool. You see privacy one. The privacy one's really dope. That one's cool.
David W. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the founder of that one.
Yeah. There's a UFO one, which I'm kind of surprised. I didn't think that was going to happen.
117 had been really pushing me for subs.
And then there's a Christianity one that I'm definitely going to check out. I already have a lot of critiques.
Jimmy Song created that one.
Oh, he did? Oh,
yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. Love to see it. I already have a lot of critiques just on my side, but I'm going to wait and see kind of thing. Because I think it was hard enough, I would imagine. How hard was it to do this?
Not super hard. It was already kind of there.
How long did it take to build? Like 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 10 months?
It was I think a couple weeks of making the, a lot of someone said in a comment, we know how much you had been working on this. And it's I don't think I was working on this very long. I was working toward it for a long time.
So you mean you were just thinking through it, having conversations about it, what will it look like, that type of thing, you mean?
Not what it would look like. I mean, what the structure of it would be, what the, that what we talk about. It's more so the code, while we're implementing other features, making sure we're not preventing this from getting implemented and making it actually easier for this to be implemented. But yeah, that's cool.
And then I like the nice touch here. Yeah, territory details. So when you go like this, you can see a little bit about, what that territory is. On mine, I think stackers, you should go the extra mile, bust out Canva or something, Figma, just throw a little link in there. That's what I did. It's really cool to see. I can't wait to spend more time on it this week to really look into it. And man, Keyan, that team over there, man, you guys are You guys are like mad scientists, man. It's really cool to see, dude. Really proud of you. I know how hard you work. This is awesome. Bullish.
Yeah. All right.
The next top story is I stacked 40,000 sats on Stacker News. No, this is not a top story. This is another meta post? Or is this
It's
your
another
post?
meta that they put in Bitcoin because I increased the price on the meta territory.
So what's this? This is
Pie Cover is just gloating about their earnings on Stacker News. That was in the top 5 for the week. So I wanted to make sure we went over it.
okay.
And yeah, I mean, they hadn't been on the site very long. I think it feels like I've been seeing Pie Cover maybe for a month, maybe 6 weeks. And so that's quite a bounty for 6 weeks of site usage.
For me, like just as a regular stacker, like why would you not use Stacker News and then, I mean, use Noster at this point? Like, why would you use any social media that's not paying you sats? Like, that's where I'm at, dude. I'm literally at a point now where it's just like, why would I use any social media now that's not paying me sats? Like, that's where my logic is. You know, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do an outpost, and I'm just gonna do it on my Ghost blog, which I run. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, but that's me, and I think that's what we're seeing. I think the stackers are realizing it. Like, it's really fascinating to see this kind of shift that's happened. I don't know if you think it's because of the bull market that's come.
Do I think what?
Do you think this kind of proof of work value for value model is going to take off even more during this bull market?
No, I don't. I don't think. I think if it takes off, it takes off on its own because people get it. It actually delivers a better experience for people. I'm not sure the price of Bitcoin has a whole bunch to do with it. Like, if you imagine Bitcoin's price was flat, that's if your product can't succeed with Bitcoin's price being flat.
Oh, good point.
What are you building? You're not creating value. You're like riding Bitcoin's value. Ooh. And yeah.
That's a mouthful right there. Cool. Let's roll in through the saloon and see what's going on. Got some good beans coffee. I don't know what that is. Got some memes.
That's my meme.
I bet he's thinking about buying our debt and donating to our campaigns. If Bitcoin is used, oh my God.
That was from the Jamie Dimon hearing.
What's this?
That was a non complained about our territory drop down. I guess.
Yeah, look at Darth. He got upset. He was like, "You don't do this song. I'm going." Hey, I agree, man. But take it easy on the beers, Darth. Wait till we start, then you can go. What does this mean? What are all these? Just like
someone they're using a space character or like a zero width character to post these, and they post it in like every sub.
So it's just spam or what?
I think they were just having fun.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Well, we'll see if it works. I think it's fun, man. This is good stuff. Let's jump into
what works.
Everything. This whole Bitcoin thing. Let's jump into the super stat segment. Look at that.
Look at them. Look at all the stackers there. T-Nuts. What did T-Nuts do? Man, they stacked a bunch. That's amazing. Maybe they had a really banging sub.
You think so? Let's see. Can you go and check?
We can't see their subs yet, or their territories yet. But maybe T-Nuts participated in some of the sports stuff going on.
Yeah.
Exius also at the top. Siggy, Elvis, Gray Ruby, all these people above me stacking more sats than me on my own creation.
Disciplined. David W. You got Plub there. Boltz. Got Bitcoin Pleb Dev too.
Wow. Look at, man, the top 21 all above 20K sats, dude. That's crazy.
We're in a bull run, Keyan.
I don't care. I wanted to make the price go down.
I know.
People become
Dude,
normal.
I've been out there this week, just like, and it's vibes are high, dude. Vibes are very high. Bull runs back. The next thing the most boring segment in Bitcoin. This is literally the most boring. I don't know why we do this at this point. Like, we just need to stop.
Because everyone loves it except you.
No, literally, I got a message the other day. Just like, dude, what can you do about what can you do about just getting rid of this?
You got a message from your sister.
Hey, I talked to my sister. She did. She's like, you know what?
Leave Katie alone.
She's like, leave Keyan.
Katie loves
she's like, leave Keyan alone.
There you go. See,
I don't know what that means though, but it's just like, I guess she thinks I pick on you too much.
She's telling you the truth, Car. You gotta listen to your sister.
Anyways,
sister's no best.
You got top Cowboys, Keyan.
Siggy, Orthworm, still on the list. I'm in third place. Look at me. I'm gonna get up there eventually.
Because you don't go home.
Just wait. Yeah. I'm always on Stacker News. Ketford, Bird Eye, We're All Satoshi.
My dark horse, baby.
Ben's
come on,
Carmen.
Come on, Carmen. Get there, Carmen. Get there, dude. Like, come on, look at that. He's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll tell you this, Keyan. If Ben gets up to where you're at, you should just take off your cowboy hat. How about that? Do him a favor.
You mean if he gets near
if he passes you, you should withdraw your cowboy hat like Rook did. That was a gentlemanly thing to do.
I don't think it was gentlemanly. What Rook is doing is he's keeping a streak alive, and then he'll just occasionally turn it on to mess with our morale.
Hey, that's his thing. If Rook wants to do that, he can do that. I'm just saying for Ben, he's climbing the ranks, man. When we started this stupid segment, he was way back here. Look where he's at now. Just saying. Think about it. We'll talk about it next week. Ben,
your opinion doesn't count on the segment that you call the most boring segment.
He's the only reason I want to do this segment now. It's like literally just to see if my dark horse, I want to win. We should do a wager on this. 21 cents. I'm just kidding. All right, cool. Anyway, keep it up, Ben. Other than that, dude, I think that's it. We're done.
Wow, cool. You said you had a bunch of questions about territories, and then you proceeded to just talk.
Well, I think we can talk about it. I think the other thing I wanted to know how you were thinking through it, just from the building aspect of it, and then the other thing I wanted to know was, obviously there's so many different kind of incentives that are built into Stacker News. How are you working through that in your head as far as okay, well, if I'm incentivized to make a territory called builders, obviously I have to put a lot of proof of work into that by sharing really good content that's distributed and not actually just for my own thing, right? It can't just be that type of thing. It has to be for everybody, basically. And then when you work through that, you're basically starting your own Stacker News all over again. Is kind of how I'm looking at it. Because I remember when you started Stacker News, it literally took a year or two before or not a year or two, maybe a year before it actually really caught on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it kind of feels like that. Eventually the Stackers will just take it over as far as the territory, and it'll just kind of run itself. And the really interesting thing, and this is where I want to know how you thought through all these things. The other really interesting thing is it falls right in line with the Bitcoin ethos. It's about self-sovereignty. A lot of us always talk about owning our own land and stuff like that. So it's weirdly how there's all these kind of stuff that's baked in that's metaphorical or whatever. But it's
well, a lot of the Bitcoin stuff, it's all kind of just freedom stuff, and it's all just how humans organize each other is the reason why the Bitcoin stuff exists. It isn't just I think a lot of the Bitcoin stuff, a lot of stuff that exists in Bitcoin is an attempt to kind of read nature and express that. And so if you're doing that when you're building a product, you will get something that lines up pretty well, especially if you have a bias like Bitcoiners do towards private property and those kinds of things being a solution to a human coordination problem. Right. And so that's why it kind of shows up there. But you were saying before that people who create territories are going to have to put a lot of work into them. They will. And they will not, like you benefit from Stacker News existing, you being able to create that. And then there are people with money and people who have habits of spending it on Stacker News who might spend it in your territory, but I cannot make your territory successful and make it so that you're profitable. That is like purely based on your work and you attracting people to your territory.
That was the thing that I realized after I bought it. Was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to tend to this all the time now, and it's probably gonna take like 2 years. Mm-hmm. So what does that equate to? 100,000 sats per month, and I'm looking at a big investment here because you're partying with your Bitcoin at that point.
Yep.
So I think just observation. I think low time preference is what I'm saying, Snackers. Low time preference. Like think about this from like a really low time preference.
Yeah.
And surviving a bear market, that really teaches you that.
We plan to add other ways for you to make money using these. Right now, it's pretty bare bones and simple. But there's like a lot more that we intend to do to make these more likely to give you more tools to make money in them. But right now it's you really want to discuss the topic, and you're like more or less intrinsically motivated to create a territory and discuss it with people and build up a community, and less profit motivated probably because recouping 100,000 sats, it requires, I think, what would you need to earn? I don't know, probably
it would be a lot. It would be a lot. That's what I'm saying. You have to, but I think
it's a little over. It's like, like 3,000 sats or something?
Basically, I would imagine you built that in because you're trying to stay away from just people YOLOing territories. And I think some of these are just because what's going to happen to them if they drop off after a month?
They archive.
They just go to archive.
They archive, and you can't post in them anymore, but they'll exist and you can go view them. And then I think the plan is after 30 days, we foreclose on them, and then someone else can come and buy it.
Gotcha.
From us, not from you, because you've stopped paying for it.
Man, you're really walking that tightrope. Huh?
There's no tightrope there. It's
just the wording scares me.
I know the wording is
the wording scares me a lot,
but I don't think there's any.
I'm not even being I'm being honest. The wording scares me a lot. I would.
Why? Just using the word foreclose?
Yeah, just knowing, just with the stuff that we cover week to week and how you word things you got to be very careful. Just because you don't want them to think the wrong thing.
Well, I don't know what foreclose means technically, but where you stop paying for something, so we take we take it back and give it to someone else. I don't know. Yeah, there are intricacies of some of our ideas around these where I'm not sure where it is on the line, or
that's why you're looking into all that stuff. I mean, we got to experiment. I mean, what the hell are we doing here? Do we want to win or do we want to lose? Come on. Let's get Bitcoin going, man. Come on. Do we want a Bitcoin center or just want to LARP about it? I'm through of it, dude. That's the one thing that I'm through of. I'm through of the LARPing. I want to make it happen. Through the LARPing, bro. Let's make it happen. What do we got to do? Let's experiment. Anyways, get off my soapbox. Stackers, go out there this weekend. This time, don't touch grass. Touch your friend and tell him to get some Bitcoin and change the world. That's what I would say. Keyan.
Zap.